Jayson Tatum at the premiere of Point Gods, the New York City Point Gods. He was asked about the rumors surrounding a potential Kevin Durant trade that would bring Durant to Boston. Here's what Tatum had to say.
I don't make anything of it. I just play basketball.
Do you have a dream team?
To play on? If St. Louis had a team, that'd be the team I would play for.
Chase, what would you think of playing with Kevin?
I mean, I played with him during the Olympics, obviously. You know, it's a great player. But that's not my decision. You know, I love our team. I love the guys that we got.
He did the right thing. You know, he's an athlete, he's a professional, he knows how to handle his media questions, he knew he'd be asked about it, but what do you read into his comments?
So first off, shout to KD's business partner and manager, Rich Kleiman, and KD, who produced the NYC Point Gods documentary. We had Mark Jackson on, talked about Steph Marbury, Rafer Alston, God Sham God, Kenny Anderson. So really, they turned the premiere of this documentary into a celebration of basketball, which is really smart. And so now you get players showing up, understanding that the cameras are going to be there, but this is a non-prompted scenario where it's not gonna be like the sophisticated setup for like an NBA Finals. You saw he was outside, looked like he's about to play street ball. So what happens is now, you get bombarded with questions that you knew were going to happen, but you now realize you need to answer them. That's what I saw in his eyes. It's like, I actually probably should have stayed home today. I didn't realize that they were going to be asking me about playing with KD. I'm just not putting this together, right?
I was going to watch a movie, have some drinks, and chill.
Exactly. And so here's the overarching theme for Jayson Tatum and the Boston Celtics. Here's the dichotomy, Jacoby. If they keep the team the way it is, if they keep the team as constructed, he's the best player. They trade for Kevin Durant, he's not the best player anymore. That's a major dynamic for a player like him who's an ascending superstar talent, who just played in, I think, his third or fourth conference final, his first NBA final, beat Kevin Durant in the first round, shot him down, was blocking his shot, played very well, obviously, against the Bucks, even though they didn't have Middleton, and beat Giannis. And so the teams beating Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. So like, you're ascending now. Each of the best players in the East have won the East, except Joel Embiid. So Jayson Tatum has done that. So now when they ask him the question, do you say, I love Juice, I love JB, I want to keep the team the way it is and run it back? Or do you say what he said? KD's a great player. As a matter of fact, I actually played with him before. And so I understand that this will change his relationship within the team. Because when Ime Udoka's in the huddle right now, and there's a big play late in the game, they're gonna drop the play for Jayson Tatum. You add Kevin Durant, Jayson Tatum becomes the second option. So, of course, everybody wants to win, but I don't necessarily see this deal happening. But man, I'll tell you what, if I'm the Nets and we're talking about KD in a trade with the Celtics, you got to be talking to me about Jayson Tatum in return.
Well, we know about your negotiation skills as GM Jalen, who we'll talk to in a second, but you said if they don't make the trade and keep it as is, he is the best player on the team, and I agree with you there. However, if they do make the trade, whether it's, you know, Jaylen Brown, you throw in maybe Marcus Smart and some picks to get it done, right? Yeah, Jayson Tatum's no longer the best player on the team, but that team gives them a better chance to win a championship. Don't you agree with that?
Any team that adds KD gives you a better chance to win a championship. It puts you closer to your goals. But it breaks down the dynamics of everything that they've built. And here's the other thing you got to pay attention to. And you know, I've done a GM Jalen segment and have acknowledged that I wouldn't basically trade KD for anyone, and especially since he has years left on his deal. We had Stackhouse come on and we talked about it. Mark Jackson came on and we talked about it. However, if you're the Boston Celtics, are you really blowing up everything to get KD? That's the question you got to ask yourself, Jacoby. I would do what it took to try to pair him with Jayson Tatum if that could happen. But in the Celtics dynamic, I don't think that they're prepared to necessarily do that.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.